Fair time since Walhaven had a visit from a Navy ship the size of yours. In the war, you could hardly move in these waters for corvettes and destroyers.
Were you in the Navy, sir?
Trawler skipper. The own boat. Just the one then, of course. Now I have a fleet of 6. And a freezing plant. Not bad, eh?
Very good.
Looking forward to the boxing match Friday night. Used to do a bit myself, you know.
Did you really, sir?
Excuse me, sir. A signal from the CMC.
Thank you, Bill. Oh, you haven't met Bill Kiley, my weapons and electrics officer.
Oh, hello there.
Excuse me a moment, sir.
How are you enjoying Walhaven?
Oh, very much. Peace and quiet make a nice change after a dockyard.
Not too dull for you as a runner?
Excuse me, please. Anything wrong, sir? HMS Ferrington's on her way in.
Ferrington? The Fishery Protection Squadron, isn't she?
Yes. There's been an accident on board. A man's dead.
Yeah?
Oscar, sir.
Thank you, Andy.
Shall I get the ambulance men on board right away?
Yes, no point in them hanging about. But keep the upper deck as clear as possible.
Right.
Oh, and I shan't be eating on board tonight. I have to call on Commander Glenn in Hero, and he's invited me to dinner. Yes?
Excuse me, sir. This gentleman would like a word with you.
Oh?
Detective Sergeant Maynard, a local CID, sir.
All right. Thank you, Buffer.
Sir?
Do sit down.
Oh, thank you. I'm making inquiries about a girl called Rita Kersey. She's missing from home. Her father owns the tobacconist in Cable Street. Perhaps you know it. Oh, more than likely she's just run off. But it's been 3 weeks now and her parents haven't had any word from her. She's only 17. We have to check.
How can I help you?
Well, now, Lieutenant, the last time your ship was in here, that'd be what? About 2 months ago?
Something like that.
You stayed for several days on that occasion, I understand.
Aha. We had engine trouble.
Yes? Ah, well, apparently, during that time, the Kersey girl got friendly with one of your crew. He visited her home twice, and then later on, he wrote her a couple of times.
So?
So, it's just possible that she might have said something to him about what she had in mind. Or if she answered his letters, she might have told him what her plans were. In which case, he could know where she is. I'd just like to have a word with him.
What's this man's name?
Brewer. Leonard Brewer, sir. I'd appreciate 5 minutes of his time, if that's possible.
No, I'm sorry, Sergeant. I'm afraid that's not possible.
What? Down.
Gin?
And tonic, please, sir.
Sit down. You've seen the signal ordering me to convene a board of inquiry.
Yes, sir. I understand it's standard procedure.
Yes. Establish the facts, report with recommendations.
I've already taken statements from the 2 men who actually witnessed the incident, and from able seaman Scobie. He spoke to Brewer shortly before it happened.
Good. I'll have a look at these, let you know who else will want to see.
Who will be on the board, sir?
Myself, Lieutenant Commander Kiley, my wheel, and HMS Lochinvar flying down a doctor, Surgeon Lieutenant Ansell from Rosyth.
I've met him.
I'll ask him to carry out the medical examination first thing in the morning. Then the board can convene at 1400, okay?
Fine, sir. I'd prefer to get it over with as soon as possible.
Yes. How are your ship's company taking it?
Philosophically, I think. But of course, they're upset.
All right, then, come on now. Can you or can't you do it?
Or do we have to go ashore for it? Just say.
Of course I can do it. Only there isn't much time. Not for the kind of thing you want.
You've known about it long enough.
There's things I'll need. Things we haven't got on board.
You just give me a list and I'll see you get them.
Well, I'll take time. Someone will have to cover for me off and on.
We'll take care of that, all right?
I suppose so.
Good. That's got that sorted out. Now, the next thing.
How can you talk about anything like this after what's happened? Len's not even buried yet.
All right, so Brewer's dead, Scobie. But everything doesn't come to a stop because of that, and he wouldn't want it to. But if you feel differently, well then, lad, I should push off for a while if I was you.
Scobie.
Scobie!
You just listen to me, son. Pull yourself together, understand?
Oh, not a short night, leading regulator?
I couldn't face a boat trip, sir.
Huh?
Might get seasick.
Come and see me in the morning about this inquiry.
Right, sir. What am I, the usher?
Bridesmaid?
Come in, Derek. Help yourself to coffee.
Ah, thank you.
Here's a list of the witnesses we'll want to see tomorrow afternoon.
Right, I'll tell the Ferrington. By the way, the Wren shorthand writer's arrived. She's in the Harbour Hotel.
Good. How did Dean go down with the wardroom?
Quite well. He, seems pretty bright.
Well, they usually give fishery protection command to idiots.
He was saying how the Ferringtons brought in 4 foreign poachers this year already.
Yes, I know. Nice job for a lieutenant, isn't it? Driving a minesweeper around, boarding trawlers, measuring nets, chasing poachers.
Better than driving jet fighters.
Well, no, but only the elite can do that.
And make sure they all look smart. No steaming boots.
Right. By the way, had that police sergeant in the mess tonight?
Maynard, looking for a girl.
Yes. Good bloke. Likes to conduct his inquiries over a glass of duty-free.
Well, let's hope Commander Glenn sees it the same way tomorrow.
A broken neck, sir. It's as simple as that.
You found no other injuries?
There's some bruising to the face and upper part of the body, but one would expect that under the circumstances.
You're satisfied as to the cause of death?
I am.
Which, for the record, you would formally state as being...
In my opinion, leading seaman Leonard Brewer died as a result of dislocation of the cervical vertebrae.
Consistent with his having fallen or pitched down a ladder?
Entirely consistent.
Thank you, Doctor. Right, Fuller. Ask Lieutenant Dean to step in, please.
Sir?
Lieutenant Dean. Do sit down.
You are Lieutenant Michael Dean, commanding officer of the Fishery Protection Squadron minesweeper HMS Ferrington.
I am, sir.
Currently on routine coastal patrol from your home base of HMS Lochinvar and a further force?
Yes, sir.
And you understand this board has been convened to inquire into the cause and circumstances of the death of leading seaman Leonard Brewer, a member of your ship's company while at sea.
I do.
So, tell us what you know about this business, Dean.
Well, I'm afraid it's not very much, sir. I was asleep when it happened, but at about 06:50 on Tuesday last, 22nd of May, I was woken by a call from the officer of the watch, Sub-Lieutenant Wayland, who informed me that the accident had occurred and that leading seaman Brewer was reportedly dead.
What was your position at the time? Approximately.
4 miles northeast of Great Yarmouth.
And the weather conditions?
There was a moderate to heavy sea running, sir.
Who reported the accident to the officer of the watch?
The coxswain, Chief Petty Officer Lusher.
So what did you do after Sub-Lieutenant Wayland called you?
I went to the sweep deck hatch and found Brewer lying at the foot of the ladder.
Who else was there?
The coxswain and MEA Ellis, my engineer officer.
Go on.
I confirmed that Brewer was dead, and then had his body moved to the sweep deck. After that, I took statements and made the necessary signals.
Your last port of call before the accident was Folkestone, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. We put in there for fresh provisions and discussion with the local DFI.
How long were you there?
36 hours. We went in ahead of a gale, sir, and sheltered for a day to avoid the worst of it.
I see.
We cleared Folkestone at 0900 on the 21st.
May I?
Yes.
Did Brewer go ashore at all while you were in Folkestone?
On the Sunday night.
Did he go drinking?
I understand so.
To excess?
He liked his beer, but he had a good head for it.
So he wasn't drunk when he came back on board?
Not to my knowledge, sir. If he had been and he'd been seen, I would have been informed.
Had he often been in disciplinary trouble?
No, sir. Only twice under my command, and on both occasions for relatively minor offences.
How did you get on with the rest of the crew?
He was well liked, sir.
No, I've no more questions.
Thank you, Dean. That's all.
Sir.
We'll have Sub-Lieutenant Wayland in next.
Sir? Sub-Lieutenant Wayland.
Yes, sir. I was on the bridge when the coxswain came and reported the accident.
At what time was that?
I entered it in the log at 0652, sir.
What did the coxswain say exactly?
That there had been an accident, and that he and MEA Ellis had seen leading seaman Brewer fall down an after ladder, and that as far as they could tell, he was dead.
Right. Thank you, Sub-Lieutenant Wayland.
You are Chief Petty Officer William Lusher, coxswain of HMS Ferrington?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Swain.
Afternoon, sir.
Now, tell us what you know about leading seaman Brewer's death. What happened? What did you see?
Well, sir, it was quite early, about 06:30. ERA Ellis and I went up on deck for a breath of fresh air. We stood by the rail for a while. And then we decided to move aft, where we would be more sheltered. That's when we first saw Brewer.
What's the matter, lad? Lost your sea legs? All that booze you took in on Sunday night. Lying doggo, just waiting its chance.
We better get the officer of the watch.
And then the captain arrived and he confirmed that Brewer was dead, sir. Not that I had any doubt about it, from the way he looked and the way he'd gone through that hatch.
Thank you, Chief.
The joke that was made about it being the beer that Brewer had drank the previous Sunday that had upset him.
Yes, sir.
Had you seen Brewer drinking heavily in Folkestone that night?
No, sir. Not that he made any secret of it. And it was clear he had, well, quite a head on him on the Monday morning.
Did that interfere with his duties?
Not as far as I know, sir. He didn't work for me.
Tell me, Chief, were you and the coxswain both on duty that morning?
I was, sir. I had an engine playing up.
But you were together?
Yes, sir. Swain said he couldn't sleep.
So he visited you in the engine room?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's not the place for a quiet chat.
We were playing cards, sir.
I see. Sally, strike those last two questions and answers out of the record.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chief. That's all. You can return to your ship.
Sir.
Able Seaman Scobie, please.
Sir. Able Seaman Scobie.
Sit down, Scobie. Scobie. Now, there's no need to be nervous. We just want to establish exactly what happened to your friend Brewer. You were friends, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Well, this won't take long.
Now, you are...
Enter this witness as able seaman Jack Scobie, currently serving in HMS Ferrington. Now, I understand you had a conversation with Brewer shortly before the accident.
Yes, sir.
What was it about?
Well, it was early, sir. About 5:30. I were in my bunk asleep, but I woke up because I wanted to go to the heads.
Are you alright? I feel horrible. I went and got some booze with up Sunday night. Must have been awful, son.
Get on, did you not to me?
Well, you didn't have as much as I did you?
Where are you going?
Up on deck.
Yeah, hang on, I'll get some clothes and come with you.
Do me a favour.
And that's it, sir. I went into the heads and then back to my bunk. It wasn't until later I heard what had happened from a coxswain.
Thank you, Scobie.
How much beer did you and Brewer drink on the Sunday night?
I had 4 pints.
And Brewer?
Oh, he had more, sir. 6 or 7. And a rum.
Was he drunk when you returned to the ship?
Yes, sir. But I got him to his bunk without anybody seeing.
And on the Monday night, was Brewer drinking then, when he was off duty?
Maybe a couple of cans of lager, no more.
Is there anything else you can tell us?
No, sir. I don't know anymore. Except that he fell and broke his neck. That's what happened.
Mail is now ready for distribution.
No problems. I'll report our findings to CNC. Sit down, Michael.
Thank you, sir.
You may get a mild rebuke about better supervision of Liberty men coming back on board, but that had no real bearing on the accident.
Understood, sir.
Any news on the burial yet?
Brewer's family have asked for the body to be returned to his hometown.
You'll want the ship's company represented at the funeral.
One officer and able seaman Scobie, I thought.
Right. Yes, good. Well, as soon as that's fixed, I should get back on patrol again. Let some sea air blow away some of the gloom.
All being well, I was planning on sailing the day after tomorrow.
I wish I could.
Sir?
Well, I'm all in favour of Meet the Navy visits.
Ah, Councillor Acott.
Yes. You've met him?
Uh-huh. Honorary member of my wardroom.
Mine as well, I believe.
Oh, no, you won't, I said. We start building that school tomorrow, and we did.
Jolly good.
Then there was the drains.
The drain?
You wouldn't believe it, would you?
Oh, I would.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Dinner tonight.
Sorry?
Dinner tonight at the parlour. Are you both coming? Alice is expecting you.
Yes.
We'll have a wild night.
Blast! The captain and I have to dine in the sweeper tonight.
That's a shame. Never mind. Make it tomorrow night, eh?
Oh, no, we couldn't do that to your wife. Bill will go, won't you, Bill? You're free?
Yes. Yeah. Delighted.
Good. Wild night, eh, Bill?
Marvelous.
Trust me to get stuck in the sweeper.
Won't be the same, will it?
No, it won't. No.
I really enjoyed that.
Michael, you really should have told us it's your birthday.
Not important, sir. Just so long as it was worth the boat trip.
Oh, no question.
Yes, that was an excellent meal.
What didn't you know, sir? Ferrington's got the best chef in the squadron.
I can well believe it. We must see what we can do about getting you drafted a hero.
Only if there's a leading rate in it for me, sir.
Give them an inch.
Oh, as it comes. Thank you.
Oh, white
And the
beer.
meal was perfectly served.
Yes, I'll second that, sir.
I'm glad you...
Yes.
Sweet one.
Really? I never knew that.
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes, coxswain.
Well, I was wondering, before you gentlemen have your coffee, if you could just step along to the junior rates mess for a minute, sir.
What, now?
If you would see us.
What is it, Swain?
It won't take a minute, sir.
All of us.
Well, yes, sir, I would appreciate it, yes.
Do you mind, sir?
No, no, of course not.
All right. Lead the way then, Swain. I hope this isn't a mutiny.
No, as a matter of fact, sir, we've got that planned for later. First, I'd like... Here, Buffs, I think you'd better take over.
Well, sir, we'd all just like to say many happy returns.
Yeah.
And to say it's a real pleasure serving with you.
Yeah,
The skipper!
Yeah.
Skipper! Thank you. Just a little something from all of us to you, sir.
Good God.
It's very good.
What can I say? This is quite a moment. What can I say? Except thank you. And that I happen to think that all things considered, I could have done a hell of a sight worse than get lumbered with you lot.
Oh, it's a work of art.
Well, that's all down to our chef, sir.
Oh, yeah? Well, that's another good reason for getting him drafted.
I agree. Very pleasant surprise, Michael.
Total. I'd absolutely no idea.
Congratulations, Buffer. Quite a conspiracy. I know from experience how difficult it is to keep a secret of any kind in a ship as small as this.
Well, come on then, sir. Cut the cake. It's not a wedding.
Wind the cylinders up. That's it.
Stupid place to put a sill. Sills should be on windows.
Quite right, sir. That's your cabin there, sir.
Yes, I know. Now, the mayor of Walhaven is my friend.
Yes, sir.
Councillor Walter Acott.
Yes, sir.
That's his name.
Sir.
He's a very accomplished man.
Yes, sir.
He makes his own beer.
Really, sir?
You never guess what he uses.
Dynamite.
Hops, Fuller. Hops. You've been ashore tonight, Fuller.
We came back in the same boat, sir.
Of course. Drains are the things, you know.
Drains, sir.
Don't you know about drains?
No, sir.
Let me tell you.
Right, sir. Drains.
Drains.
Oh, thank you very much, Michael. That was quite an evening.
It's the best hospitality for ages.
Very glad you enjoyed yourselves.
Don't bother calling on me tomorrow if you're turning around to get back to sea.
Thank you, sir. Nice quiet day tomorrow will suit me very well.
Oh, that's a dangerous thing to say.
Hope not. Don't think I'm going to feel very strong in the morning.
I'm sorry to trouble you again, Lieutenant Dean, but that girl, Rita Kersey, has been found. Dead. Her body was washed ashore at a place called Winterton-on-Sea late yesterday afternoon.
I'm sorry to hear that.
According to the doctor, she was dead before she entered the water. Looks as though she was suffocated.
So how can we help?
Well, this morning, sir, a traveller called at the Kersey shop. A regular. He knows him well. He claims that he saw the girl in Folkestone last Sunday night. She was in a pub with two sailors. And the Ferrington was the only Royal Naval ship in Folkestone at that time. And I was wondering, did that Leonard Brewer go ashore Sunday night?
Yeah, that's her. Rita something.
Rita Kersey. And she was with you and Brewer in the Black Bear at Folkestone last Sunday night.
Yeah, that's right. Well, she were in there when we got there, like. Len knew her. She comes from round here, don't she? Warhaven, I mean.
Yes.
Tell you the truth, I didn't go much on her myself.
The girl's dead, Scobie.
Oh. How did it happen?
Well, we're not sure yet. Could be she was murdered. Now, do you know if Brewer met her in the Black Bear by arrangement?
No. No, I didn't. Like I said, she was just there when we got there.
But she did sit down and have a drink with you?
Oh, aye, more than one. Quite a few.
Did she say what she was doing in Folkestone?
Aye, she said she'd left home, like, you know, run off.
How long were you with her?
An hour and a half, 2 hours. Well, up until closing time.
And then you all left together?
Yeah, that's right. But when we got outside, she said she had to be off and... well, she went.
Didn't she say anything else to you?
She said she'd been down there for a while. Oh, aye, she was living with some fella off at one of the trawlers.
Ah. Now that ties in with what the Folkestone police have been able to find out so far. A girl answering her description was seen more than once during the past fortnight with a man believed to be off one of the fishing boats. Didn't she tell you the name of the man she was living with?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. She just said some fella.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Lieutenant. I hope I shan't have to bother you again.
We're sailing tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, well, I'll bear that in mind. By the way, Lieutenant, what time did the Ferrington leave Folkestone on Monday?
0900.
Morning. Oh, well. Good day.
Why do you ask?
I just want to get things straight in my mind. You see, the Kersey girl will be alive then. According to the doctor, she died sometime late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. Thank you.
Scobie.
Sir?
Leading seaman Brewer is going to be buried in his hometown. I thought you might like to be one of the ship's company representing the Ferrington at the funeral.
Yes, sir. I would. Thank you, sir.
Very well. I'll have a railway warrant made out for you, and the coxswain will tell you what the arrangements are when they're finalised. Right. Yes?
Excuse me, sir. Could I have a word with you?
Is it important?
It's hard to say, sir. It's a bit out of the ordinary.
For heaven's sake, Buffer, what is it?
Well, sir, I've just been in the sweep store.
And?
I found these in there, sir. Wedged in behind some pipes.
Scobie, I've reopened the inquiry into the death of leading seaman Brewer because of certain facts and some new evidence which Lieutenant Dean has brought to my attention. Now, I must point out at this stage that you're not obliged to make any statement if you think that it could incriminate you. And I can delay proceedings if you would wish to consult with your captain or anyone else.
No, sir, that's all right. I'll go ahead.
Thank you. These shoes were found in the sweep store of Ferrington. They've been identified by the local police as belonging to a Miss Rita Kersey. Have you seen them before?
It wasn't me. I didn't touch her. I didn't kill anyone, not meaning to.
All right, Scobie. Explain.
All just started as a quiet on the shore. We were in this pub. The Black Bear.
Well, then, Brewer. Long time.
Hey, what are you doing here?
It's a good question.
You with it?
Oh, you've got to be joking, then.
Come on and I'll buy you a drink, Gob. You remember my mate, Jack Scobie? You met him last time we were in Warlake.
Yeah, of course I do. Hi.
Hello.
You all right?
So how come you're in Folkestone then?
I've left home, haven't I?
You never what? Run off?
3 weeks ago.
What for?
Oh, I don't know, just bored one night. Besides, my dad gets on my nerves, always on at me, he is.
What you gonna have then, girl?
Can I have rum and coke, please?
And I'll have a straight rum now. How about you, Jack?
Oh, I'll stick to beer, thanks.
And a pint of bitter, please. Look, you sit and grab a table, I'll bring the drinks over, all right?
Right.
I go check her out.
All right, love.
Jack.
Yeah. You gonna give us a kiss, Inga? Yeah, give over, blimey.
What on, Jack?
Do you mind? I know he's a mate of mine, but I'm not going shares on you with him. You been working then, Rita?
I did for a while when I first got here in a cab. And then I met this fella, trawler skipper. I was staying with him on his boat up until this morning. And then he kicked me out.
What for?
He said he didn't like the way I looked at him. He's lost.
What are you doing now, then?
Oh, I don't know, I'm flat broke. Go back home, I reckon. My dad'll give me help, but Mum will be all right and she can handle him.
What you do, itch like?
Suppose so, yeah.
Yeah. Straight up. Do you want to go home?
Why, you gonna give me the fare?
No, better than that. Now look, we're putting in the Warhaven again this trip, day after tomorrow. Come with us.
Oh, yeah!
What, on the ship?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah, just have a word with the skipper, he won't mind.
I mean it.
Why not?
I kept on about it, but he wouldn't listen. So in the end I said, all right. You couldn't argue with him when he'd been drinking.
So the two of you smuggled the girl on board Ferrington and hid her?
Yes, sir. In the sweep store.
And that was on the Sunday night?
Yes, sir.
At what time?
About 11:30.
How did you get past the quartermaster?
I told him the head rope was slack and I went with him to fix it. Len whipped the girl on board as soon as the gangway were clear.
And the next day, after the ship had sailed?
It wasn't easy. We had to be careful. I couldn't get any food to her till after it were dark. Len took it. I didn't see her again until...
Go on.
I was asleep in my bunk. Len came and woke me.
What's it? It's the girl. It's Rita. You got to come with me. You got to help me. Come on. She's dead. What happened? I was in here with her. She was going on about being stuck away alone in the dark. Said she wanted to go up on deck. Well, I told her she couldn't, but she kept on. Started shouting, she did. And I thought I heard somebody moving about. Well, I had to shut her up. So I put my hand over her face and I held her down. I didn't mean to hurt her, but When I took my hand away again, she wasn't breathing anymore. She was like that. Where the hell are you going?
I've got to get out.
You're staying on, need you?
What you gonna do?
What are we gonna do? You're in on this as well, you know. We're gonna get her over the side, that's what.
No!
It's the only way. We're in big trouble otherwise. Now listen, Jack. We're the only ones who know she come aboard. Get rid of her and we're in the clear.
Oh, then I can't.
Don't do so. Shut up! Get hold of her legs. Come on! Lights.
Well, what are you waiting for? Give us a hand.
No, I can't. It's not right. I've got to report it. I'm going to tell the officer of the watch.
Scobie! Scobie, what the hell?
It was Brewer. He killed her. He's dead, son.
No, I can't. He killed a girl. No, he's dead too.
It was an accident.
No. No, it's men. I know it's men.
We better tell the officer of the watch. Just a minute. Who else knows about this? Any of it?
No one. I was asleep. Len woke me.
Right. We'll get turned in. If anyone sees you, you've just been to the heads, right? I know what I'm doing, George. I'll talk to you later. In the meantime, none of this happened. You understand? It never happened.
Well, get a move on. You heard what the coxswain said?
What are you playing at, Bill? Do you realise how serious this is?
Of course I do. But if this gets out, who's going to suffer for it most?
What are you getting at?
Look, the Ferrington will be on the front page of every paper in the land. And who is the Ferrington?
Oh, God. The skipper. They'll have him.
Right. They'll crucify him. So?
It's a hell of a thing to do.
Oh, no, but she's dead. It won't matter to her, will it? Oh, come on. You get back to Brewer. I'll report to the officer of the watch.
And that's the story now. It doesn't fit in any way with what you told us yesterday. Have you anything to say? Or would you like to consult with your captain first?
No, sir. That's the truth. I'm sorry, sir. But I just thought it was the best
All
thing-
right, Swain. Right, Sergeant. It's a civil matter now.
Stand by to come alongside at port side 2. Attention in the boat.
I've been asked by Captain Fishery Protection to tell you that you've been relieved of your command. I'm sorry, it's tough.
It's grossly unjust.
Well, sit down, Lionel. You know, the press have got hold of this thing now.
Yes, sir, but the press will
And the
create-
local MP's in on the act, and we can't really blame him for that. Then, of course, there's the question of the Fishery Protection Squadron. You're a law officer. You need authority and respect to do your job.
Sir, I didn't know about the girl. There was no way I could know.
You were the captain.
And that makes me clairvoyant.
A short while ago, one of my officers almost caused a strike in a dockyard. I wasn't even on board at the time. But if the balloon had gone up, I'd have gone up with it. As commanding officers, we have great power, great privilege, and great opportunity. We can't expect all that for nothing.
I don't.
Then you must understand that the buck, no matter where it comes from, must stop with the captain.
Yes, sir, I know, but in this instance...
Your
it was-
quartermaster failed to intercept the girl coming on board. Your coxswain and your engineer officer put the body over the side. HMS Ferrington is, or was, your ship. It couldn't be worse. There'll be an outcry and a justifiable one. You must see that, surely.
Yes, sir, I do.
And the Navy's got to do something about it. It can't take the ship out of service and scrap her. It can only remove the man whom the public identifies with that ship.
And you agree?
Now, I think it's drastic. But so was the behavior of your ship's company. Lieutenant Commander Beaumont will be taking the Ferrington to the Forth this afternoon. The new captain will join her there.
I can't believe it.
Commanding a ship is like defusing a bomb. It can go up in your face at any time. Remember that in your next command.
Aye, aye, sir.
Come in.
How do you take it?
Well, he didn't do cartwheels around the cabin. Just make sure that when you take Ferrington out this afternoon, you do it smartly and efficiently.
Yes, sir.
The ship's got to give itself a good shake and get on with the job. So has Dean, for that matter.
Yes. What if he wants to talk to the
Dean
ship?
is no longer in command, Derek.
So?
Right.
Attention on the upper deck. Face to starboard, HMS Hero. Attention on the upper deck. Face to port. HMS Ferrington. Carry on.